You are not the person capable of achieving your goals. If you were, you wouldn't just have them as goals, they will be your reality. You are only capable of achieving what you have. But that doesn't mean that you can't achieve your goals. It just means that you are thinking about it the wrong way. You see, when I stopped believing that I am the person capable of achieving my goals and adopted this new mentality that I have learned from a monk who became a Harvard psychiatrist, a jacked businessman, soon to become a billionaire who only wears flip-flops and tank tops, and the bald man with a weird colored Bugatti. Once I started thinking in that way, instead of believing that I am simply the man who can achieve my goals, I started achieving everything I ever wanted. And I'm just gonna give it to you quickly. Stop believing that you are the person capable of achieving your goals, and start believing that you are the person capable of becoming the person capable of achieving your goals. The better version of yourself that can achieve your goals effortlessly as a byproduct of who they are. I mean, think about it. Have you ever heard someone saying, oh, my goal is to perform a heart surgery? No, they usually say, my goal is to become a heart surgeon. Their goal is to become the person who, as a byproduct of who they are capable of performing these goals. They are capable of achieving these goals effortlessly. It's just who they are. You know, a heart surgeon is someone who can do a heart surgery. And it's much better to think this way. Now, I have two reasons for why it's much better to think this way. First of all, it becomes about replicating actions that are within your control. Instead of having these abstract goals with no clear way of how to get there, if your goal is to become the person capable of achieving them, it now becomes about the actions. To become a heart surgeon, you need to go to university, study these books, do these things over and over until you are a certified heart surgeon. And that applies to any goal you have, whether it is a health goal, financial goal. Now, how do you become that person for yourself? How do you become this better version of yourself that's capable of achieving any goal you have now? And why should you even believe that you can become that person? I mean, doesn't the same thing apply to having goals? Why should I believe that I can achieve that goal? Why should I believe that I can become the person who can achieve that goal? Well, you always become someone new. You always evolve. Think about it. Or even do it now. The last time you read your text from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago even, didn't you cringe at yourself? Like, what the fuck was that? Why did I write that? How did I? Why? What was I thinking? It's like it's a completely different person that wrote those things. And go do it now if you haven't. Go check your text from 3 years ago, 5 years ago, and tell me you haven't changed. So you're always changing. It's just about, are you willing to do it consciously? Are you willing to consciously change to a better version of yourself? Instead of, just letting yourself change without even realizing it. You see, our personalities, it's just a simple set of traits. We do certain things, we react a certain way. So, if you want to become the person capable of achieving your goals, just imagine, what traits does that person have? Or even better, do you know someone who has achieved those goals? Well, what traits do they have? Just write them down, whatever they are. And you need to understand that a character trait, it's just a set of actions. Like, for example, discipline is just doing what you need to do, even when you don't want to do it. So, if you do something that you don't want to do because you need to, then you're disciplined. Boom. And character traits are not just binary. It's not either you're disciplined or not disciplined. It's how disciplined are you on a line. This is maximum discipline. This is the least disciplined person. We are here somewhere, maybe. The person we want to become is here somewhere. And this is the most disciplined person on earth. As long as you're doing what you need to do, just because you need to do it, even if you don't feel like it, you are being disciplined. It's just, how disciplined are you? And because you want to become the person capable of achieving your goals, you need to become this discipline on the line. And how do you do that? Well, you have to understand the following. Because I don't think anyone doesn't want to do the things they need to do when they don't want to do them. Like, everyone wants to do the things they need to do. even if they don't want to do them. It's just that they can't physically get themselves to do it because of how much pain they feel and urges to do other things. You know that feeling in your chest that you get when you try to do something you know you need to do, but you just don't want to do it? It's a feeling of insane pain or resistance. I'm not sure how to even describe it, but you feel like everything else becomes more pleasurable to do. Even looking at the fucking ceiling. We want to do anything else. So it's about you can't physically get yourself to do it, even though you want to. You're feeling so much pain that you just procrastinate. You go and do something else. You tell yourself, hey, I'm just gonna watch this video that I have an insane urge to watch. I'm just gonna play that video game. I'm just gonna jerk off, whatever the fuck it is. I mean, think about it. Only a few hundred years ago, we used to iron wounds, okay? And nobody wanted to bite their tongue off, but because of how much pain it caused, many people used to just bite their tongue off. That's why, they used to put a log or a stick or whatever in their mouth so they don't bite their tongue off because of how much pain it causes them. And so I think we need to stop thinking, hey, I just need to replicate exactly what the person capable of achieving my goal does, because you can't do them yet. I mean, otherwise you would be him or her. Like, don't just go saying, I'm gonna go to the gym 10 times a week. Okay, that's too much. Nobody says that, but you get the point. Or, I'm gonna just make 5 YouTube videos in a week or whatever the fuck it is. You can't do that. You're not that person yet. So, start with a simple thing. As simple as developing your discipline. And I chose discipline here because discipline is literally needed for any goal you have. So, just like a muscle, you don't just go and try to bench 200 kilograms. No, you start with 50 maybe. And then next week you can do 70. Same thing applies here. Instead of trying to do big things that you don't want to do anything you don't want to do. Just go do 5 push-ups. If you can't even do that, do 3. Anything. Because you see, there's a place in the brain, I forgot what it's called, but every time we do something that we don't want to do, it becomes stronger. So, doing those small things will make it stronger and stronger and stronger until you become strong enough in that area, in this character traits. You become disciplined enough that you can actually do the big things that you need to do to get your goal. And by the way, this applies to any other trait that the person you want to become has. Because when you do these traits over and over, at first they will feel like they are not you and you can't do them. You have to force yourself to do them. But after a while of doing them, it will become you. You will become good enough at them just by doing them. And so you will become the person who can achieve your goals as a byproduct of who you are. Just like that. And honestly, you get way more motivation by just thinking like this. Instead of looking at these big goals like make $2 million, lose 100 kilograms. If your goal is to become a better person, a better version of yourself, you'll get more motivation. And that's because when we look at the things that you need to do to get to the ultimate goal, there are many things, like I can't even count. Let's say if you want to make $1 million, you need to learn marketing, you need to learn sales, you need to learn making YouTube videos for marketing, and that alone has so many skills under it, like, ideating, scripting, filming, editing, and then analyzing, and then doing the same thing over again. And every one of these has even more things that you need to learn. Like, let's say you want to start learning how to edit, and you want to just learn how to color grade. When you go and say, okay, I'm going to spend the next 6 hours learning how to color grade, your brain will compare it to the end results, which is making $1 million, and it will see that, what the fuck, mate, we ain't even going to get 0.01% closer to that goal. So, let's just jerk off. Let's just watch some TikToks, let's just binge eat, let's just do anything else, because anything else will provide me with way more dopamine than this shit that you want us to do. However, if your goal is to become a better version of yourself, then that is not the case. Because if you do anything better, you will become a better version of yourself. Like, even if you just open the laptop and sit there and do nothing. Because that's better than actually going and engaging in the other distraction habits that you have. And so your brain can now have a reason to give you motivation, to give you dopamine, to give you shit that pushes you forward to your goals. So yeah, I believe this is a much better way to think. In summary, instead of thinking that you are the person capable of achieving every goal you have, no, stop that and start thinking, I am the person capable of becoming the person capable of achieving my goal. So detach yourself from the ultimate goal that you have and instead make your goal to become a better version of yourself, capable of having that goal as a byproduct of who they are. That's it, honestly. That's what I'm doing. And hopefully it pays off. You know what? I really think these videos are extremely valuable. I mean, I talk about things that absolutely changed my life and improved the way I think and live. And it took me years of reflecting and journaling and thinking about them. And without the great people that I learned them from, it would have even taken me much longer. You know, I mentioned these people, a monk who became a Harvard psychiatrist, the businessman who's about to become a billionaire and only wears flip-flops and tank tops, and the bald man with a weird color Bugatti. And so I feel like I have a responsibility of talking about these things. Because, you know, even if this video gets 5 views, then 5 people will have heard about these things. And hopefully change their life the same way I was able to change mine. But still, these videos are not near the production quality that I want them to be in. And that's normal, because I just started filming and I don't really have any leverage. And honestly, I'm not even worthy enough to, you know, talk about my mental models and opinions, because I still don't have proof that they will lead me to get to my ultimate life. The life that I want, ultimately. The big goals. Yeah, sure, I have achieved many of my goals, but in the big picture of things, I'm still a nobody. For the world, of course. In the big picture of things. I have filmed about 10 of them. This is the last one. I'm not gonna boast the rest. I'm just gonna boast this one, to be honest. Because I said this in here. I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna lock in 100% on the business. I haven't started it yet. I will start it after I stop recording here. And I will spend the next 6 months trying to make some money. Once I start making money, and I start to have these big time achievements, then, and only then, I will start posting again. I will start posting and talking about the mental models that I have and what I have learned and, you know, document my journey. Yeah, that sounds cool. So I'm gonna post this one and then I'm gonna just make a 3 minutes videos after this, just declaring what I'm about to do. Yeah. Alright, let's get to it. I'm still so awkward in front of the camera. This is all new to me. I am stuck in my small room. This is a green screen, by the way. I think it's obvious. I don't think I am good enough at editing yet to remove the green screen, probably. Alright, anyways. Yeah, here is how the room actually looks like. Holy shit, it's so small.